I'm honoured to rise in response to Bill 9, a bill with a name that does not reflect what its impact will be. I stand here as a mother to 2 girls, so you'll forgive me if all these discussions about protecting girls fall a little flat. You most certainly are not protecting my girls, or the girls of many of the families I represent. This bill is a flagrant abuse of power. It takes away the rights of a specific group of vulnerable children. It will give educators more work, moral injury, and yes, the continued use of the Notwithstanding Clause is an admission that this government knows that Bills 26, 27, and 29 would never stand up in the courts. And it builds in a 5-year term where no one has recourse. It's an intrusion on jurisdiction. It is an invasion of privacy, an assertion that this government thinks it knows best. And all those references to unelected judges, forgive me, I have to step back and think about all of the weaponized language here, the rage baiting, the attempts to cast aspersions on our institutions when it is this government that is abusing them. It's another example that this government will happily attempt to override our Charter rights and the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, our Constitution, the Alberta Bill of Rights, and the Alberta Human Rights Act. It was done very creatively. It was a veritable salad bar of word salad that said very little. It is long past time for this government to get to the business of governing. If you care about kids, fund their classrooms. If you care about health care, publicly fund and publicly deliver our health care. If you care about the people you represent because they are multitudes, including trans people, and all of those people deserve dignity. All of those people have inalienable human rights, as the Premier has once said herself. Stop your focus on culture wars and division. Human rights aren't negotiable. They are not subject to one party's term in office. They are not subject to your political whims. And now I'm just going to speak it as a mother, and I'm going to echo the words of my colleague from Edmonton Manning. Parents know best. This is the supposed government that stands for parental rights, for freedom of speech, for libertarianism, which the member from Calgary Mountain View mentioned. And yet, they are willing to insert themselves in the relationship between you and your child, in the relationship between families and educators, and to legislate the telling of stories that, again, to echo the member from Edmonton Manning, to insert yourselves in the stories and the lives in very delicate situations which are frankly none of your business. It's not your story to tell. It's not up to you to out a kid, because you know what? Actually, those kids have agency too. Those kids know when they are safe. They know when to tell their story. It is not up to you. I grew up in the 80s in Alberta under Conservative governments. with kids who chose to go by different names, and no teacher was ever compelled to tell their story for them. This is an abuse of human rights. It is a manipulation and an abuse of the Charter. And yes, if you're using it like Frank's Red Hot, I'm sorry, your credibility is going to be lost on a lot of Canadians. So I say this as a mother. I say this as a mother to 2 girls. I say this as a mother to queer kids. I say this as an adopted mother to many, many, many queer kids. This is not protecting children. It is invading the rights of women everywhere. And I want you to start talking to your constituents. I want you to connect to the teachers like the one that I've met that had to talk to a room full of 14-year-old girls who trusted him in their gym class. I want you to put yourself in his place and listen to the hearts of all of those girls break as their privacy was breached. I urge every member in this House to vote against this bill. It is unconstitutional, it is an abuse of human rights, and it is abuse of our Charter.